Got Robbie in a fight and he only been in Mexico for a day, Johnny. You're such a bad influence. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, KGeekXX Chic, and we are back with season 5 of Cobra Kai. I don't know why I had to sing that, but you know what? I'm excited because I love Cobra Kai. I love this show. I'm so happy that this show was ever made, to be perfectly honest, because as many of you know, if you've been watching the reactions that I've been doing to this show, Karate Kid is my favorite movie ever. OG only, not the remakes. And I love how this series kind of uses certain seasons to reflect on the original movies in some way, shape, or form. And I believe that this season we're finally tapping into the third movie of the Karate Kid. I saw some teasers saying that, we saw in the end of last season that Daniel enlisted the help of longtime rival / friend. He recruited Chozen to help him because at the end of last season, we saw that Miyagi-Do lost the All Valley competition to Cobra Kai. We also know that was not a justified win, but all the same. And the bet that was made between the two dojos was that whoever lost had to close up shop and leave the valley forever. And so Miyagi-Do is supposed to close as a result of this, but Daniel knows that it's just too dangerous to allow the principles that Cobra Kai puts out in the world, especially under the tutelage of Kreese. And now they back to being completely crazy Silver. So now he's like, no, I need help. And so he enlisted the help of Chozen, saying, I need help now because Johnny was my co-sensei before all this. But, Johnny now has his own issues to deal with. He doesn't really want to deal with karate anymore. Plus, we found out that on top of everything else, Miguel ran off at the end of last season because he wants to find his dad. He heard some hurtful words from Johnny, not intentionally hurtful, but it hurt his feelings enough for him to think that, you know what, I'm here trying to fight over somebody else's dad. I should go look for my own since I have my own questions about that anyway. So he headed off to Mexico all by himself, but there's a lot of missing pieces. He does not know about his father and the story between his mother and his father. So his mom is terrified, and Johnny said, don't worry about it. I'll bring him back because, he ran off because of me, or so he believes, because they had a little tiff before he left. And on top of that, him and Robbie, Johnny and Robbie, were starting to slowly rebuild their relationship, probably for the first time now. We saw at the end of the season that Robbie finally realized that this path of kind of trying to go head to head with his dad or try to get back at his dad was not doing what he really wanted, which was to try to build a relationship with him and try to get closer to him. So he finally said, you know what, the hating you, angry, battle worn path I've been trying to take with you is not working for me. I just want to connect with you. I mean, he didn't use those words, but that's basically what he was trying to say. And Johnny was finally like, yes, you know what, right, we need to stop this. Let's work together. So they were on that path, but now with this new wrinkle with Miguel being yet again thrust into Johnny's world as a priority, Johnny's got to make a decision here. I did see some of the previews from the teaser trailer, so I know that Johnny basically brings Robbie with him, which I'm thankful for. I was like, if he has to do this again, he cannot ditch Robbie a third time because it'll be pretty much the end. So I anticipate some hijinks as Johnny and Robbie go on their very first road trip together ever. And then because Kreese was sent off, that was the other final blow in the last episode, is that Silver set Kreese up to be arrested because he basically feels like Kreese is the problem with everything that he's ever had, go wrong in his life, really. And also he feels like Kreese is no longer representing Cobra Kai in the way that he did before. And so he got him out of the way and now he's running Cobra Kai alone, but that's a big franchise and a big responsibility. So I fully expect that he's going to be bringing in a former apprentice of his own, somebody who has a real, shall we say, justified beef against Miyagi-Do, that being Barnes is going to come back. And he's got beef with both Daniel and I guess Miyagi-Do overall. So I feel like this is going to be a very fun season. I'm happy to see Sean Kanan come back. I really liked his character, even though he's a complete ass in the third movie. I think he did a great job. So anyway, I've talked enough. I think this is enough of a preamble and a recap of where we're coming into this season. I'm excited to see where we're going to go. I'm ready to jump into the episode finally. But before I do, if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I do reactions here to shows like this. So if you're interested in watching me do that, please think about hitting that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can know when I do more reactions to this show. And if you really like this video, I'd appreciate it if you would show some love to that like button as well. Give it a little hiya. It just helps the girl be seen on this app, which I very much appreciate. And the same goes for those of you who've been here before. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Let's jump into another season of Cobra Kai. Let's get into episode 1, which is called Fresh Open Gates, right about now.
I And now, we want you to become part of its
Not my little baby being a badass, and not in a good way.
Hundreds of years,
Oh.
our dojo is
Not
committed
them
to...
getting all digital.
At Cobra Kai, we transform kids into champions.
Into bullies.
And now, you can be one of our students.
I'd rather not.
Sign up now at our new flagship dojo in Encino. With more
Ooh, we
locations
moved to
open.
Encino. We getting rich, yo. Hey, it's Chozen. Looking good, bro. Wait, does she know he's here? Is he dressed? I guess not.
Ah, good morning, Amanda-san.
He's not.
Back in Okinawa, he'd start every morning bathing in his local hot spring.
That's
Let's
not bathing.
get him a membership to the YMCA. There are places he can be naked.
Not here, with a teenage daughter in the house. Not okay.
Sam and Tori had their match. Nobody got hurt. Kreese even went to jail. It's a karate miracle.
It's a Christmas miracle.
I promise you, Amanda, I will not put our kids in danger.
How can you keep that promise?
Yeah.
Because of Chozen.
Really? Are you sure?
Call me crazy, but I thought maybe we'd be having Mai Tais by the pool, not watching your Okinawan assassin use it as his training ground.
Ooh, Okinawan assassin. I like the sound of that. Look, you can just admit that you liked what you saw. You don't have to feel guilty, okay? You don't have to feel guilty. Chosen fine. It's all right, you know? You just have to just keep that in the vault back here someplace. But yeah, once again, I thought Daniel talked to his wife about this. He's gonna really have to stop doing that to Amanda. She's been really, really patient. Miguel, ¿qué pasa? Put away your expensive phone, please. Just traveling 101. If you're in a place you're not sure of, you really shouldn't just have your most expensive item out and about. Uh-oh. They just saw you.
You need some help, mate? Yeah.
Are you Australian?
Actually, you don't mind giving me some pastries, do you? But just because it's my map and all.
Yeah. How many?
All of them.
And how much you want to pay for the bag?
The bag?
Oh, Miguel. This is why you don't travel alone.
I mean, I just figure a reward might be in order. You know, since we found your bag and all.
I'll take your phone.
Welcome to Mexico.
Thanks.
Do you still have your phone? Check your pockets. You got off lucky. Really, John? Oh, God. Why don't you just wear a sign on your forehead saying, I'm a tourist?
And just picked up this badass cell phone. It's got 60 minutos on it. It's like 300 American minutes. And I got you a little something to say welcome to Mexico. And don't tell me it's offensive. We bought it in Mexico. It's their idea.
Wow.
So what are we actually doing here?
Yeah.
And
You didn't
don't
tell him?
say it's a father-son bonding thing because we could have done that 500 miles ago.
Johnny.
We said we'd close our dojo if we lost.
We lied.
That's exactly what we're going to do.
No.
As of today, I am shutting down Miyagi-Do Karate.
What?
Wait, Mr. LaRusso.
Were we branding?
This dojo may be closing, but Miyagi-Do lives inside each and every one of you still.
Yeah.
Great. Guess I'm getting a summer job.
That's what you took from that, Dimitri? But also, I feel like if you know Cobra Kai, they're not going to leave them alone. They're just going to start bullying them again.
This wouldn't even be happening if I hadn't lost to Tori at the tournament.
Hun, you didn't.
I know firsthand that Silver isn't afraid of putting kids in harm's way.
It's true.
And I have to keep all of you out of it.
He's a
So please, just trust me on this.
She won't, because she's too much like you. But yeah, I don't think this is going to exclude the kids anymore. You know how the Cobra Kai works. Put your phone away, Miguel. My God, you just got jacked. You can do that quietly. Just find a nice little corner, take a look, put it back in your pocket, yo. You got just chump written all over you. Why are you going to the shadiest part of this place? Yeah.
Mi madre es Carmen Diaz.
There's probably a lot of Carmen Diaz's.
Vamos.
Oh, he knew karate too? Maybe.
You have every right to be upset.
How could you take me down to Mexico and not mention once we were coming to get Miguel?
Right?
Come on, Robbie, let's go down to Mexico together. Come back with some stories.
I want to fix our relationship.
Uh-huh.
But when I heard Miguel was in trouble, I had to do
I
something.
had to
just couldn't
prioritize
leave
him yet again.
you- I know where the kid gets off the bus, so that's our first stop.
And when we get there, what do you plan on doing?
I'll ask around if anyone saw Miguel.
In Mexico.
If we come up dry, I'll check the Mexican phone book.
Oh my god.
Thank
you drove me over 1,000 miles to check a phone book?
Right?
I could be at home right now with Tori. Coming with you was a mistake.
You. Actually, maybe it was better that you left. I take it back.
There's only one way to end this.
We murder him.
We have to cut the head off the snake.
Literally.
I can do that.
He's gonna bring out a sword, isn't he?
Yeah. Hey, whoa.
Oh, science, even better.
They're not for cutting. They're for blocking and stabbing.
Yes.
And clawing and gouging.
Okay, please, put him away.
Yes, Chozen spoke my language.
The problem is, Silver may be crazy, but he's not dumb.
That's right.
He always thinks 2 moves ahead.
He's a psychopath.
He must be careful with this guy.
Yeah.
Take me to Terry Silva.
Take him there. But no, seriously, dude, he could get you like deported. Be careful. I know, Sam. I know that you didn't lose. That's like the worst feeling too, when you know something's wrong and you can't prove it. But I like that she's learning and not just sulking over it.
Miguel, what you're doing is really dangerous. Your mom and grandma left Ecuador to get away from your dad. They probably did it for a good reason.
Can the man just put out his garbage in peace?
You're not gonna ask if I won or lost?
Sam, how are you making this about you right now?
I'm not.
I mean,
A veces te pasas de bueno, Héctor.
Así somos los patrones.
based on what your mom said, that guy looks too nice to be your dad.
I'm out here trying to fix my mistakes so I don't have to live with the regret of making them. If you're serious about making things right, you can start by helping Miguel. I know you have your fair share of regrets when it comes to him.
Okay, fair. That's separate from the thing with you, though. No, in fairness, he never did actually apologize to Miguel, and he does owe him an apology for taking the cheap shot when Miguel backed off.
With Hector having no idea he has a son and Miguel not answering my calls, maybe I should come down there, Johnny.
I think you should. You would actually navigate it a lot better than Johnny.
This is what I was afraid of. Cobra Kai's enlisting kids who have no idea what they're getting into.
Okay, but you know, some of these kids have minds of their own, though, Daniel. They'll be able to decipher for themselves if the way that they're learning right now is good or bad.
I have seen these moves before.
Uh-oh.
You have? Where?
Your uncle?
Kim Sung-young.
Oh, who's that? That sounds Korean.
My master is Kim Sung-young of South Korea.
It is.
My uncle Sato did not speak much of Kim Sung-young, but I know he had much anger towards him.
Uh-oh.
Sounds like Sato.
He was a very angry man.
Kim Sung-young became known during Korean War. He taught many American soldiers.
Oh, why would you do that?
His style was controversial.
What was
How
controversial?
so?
about it?
Yeah.
I will demonstrate.
Oh, God. But I'm fragile. Oh, God. All right. Disrespectful, first of all.
Kim Sung-young's style is based on deception.
Makes sense.
No honor, no mercy. You could have just told me. If Silva is student of Master Kim, we must be careful.
Yep. Everything he does is sneaky.
We will use his style against him.
No. That's not
How
what I
will we
meant.
do that?
I meant use it to actually understand him. Besides, the best way to get someone like Silver exposed is to make him expose himself. Wait, that sounded wrong. Just don't get emotional yet. You don't even know if that's your dad. I don't think your mom would have run away from a guy who looks like that.
Me llamo Miguel. ¿Y tú? ¿Tu nombre?
You're a stranger. Oh, well now you know, Luis. You should know better. You can't just be talking to children like that. You a stranger. Stranger danger.
Ticket guy says he thinks he saw Miguel talking to these surfers.
Told the truth.
I'm gonna go ask around.
Maybe keep your wallet away from
Sorry I
him.
dragged you into this, Robbie.
That was honest. And now Robbie will stay because you actually apologized and took accountability.
English?
Australian.
Yeah.
Thing is, Johnny will actually fight y'all. He is that dumb. He doesn't even have a... Oh.
The spot.
Robbie's gonna know because Robbie knows... Oh.
It's a bad idea.
As for your money, I'm gonna end up with it either way, mate. So we can either do it the easy way or the fun way.
Why are you making Australians look bad right now? Got Robbie in a fight and he only been in Mexico for a day, Johnny. You're such a bad influence. My bro. My guy, why? Why are you doing this? A life of crime in Mexico, sir? Like, this is where you escape if you already had the bad decisions. You should be making better ones now. What you get? Leave. Actually, no, you still need info. Or never mind, pass out. I don't think you're gonna get that address now, though. Oh, let me guess. He's gonna save him from running into the street, right? Saw that coming a mile away.
Aquí está el momento justo.
¿De dónde es tu acento?
Exactly. He's like, you're not.
Soy americano.
He's like, that's not native.
We are lucky our paths crossed.
Oh,
I guess so.
we like English.
¿Cómo puedo pagártelo?
As a matter of fact. Are you my dad?
This is strange.
Why?
I feel like we've met somewhere before.
Oh, damn. Did he actually find the right one?
Maybe you're a stranger, but tonight you're family. Okay?
Oh, that choice of words.
Okay, vamos. Come on.
Vamos! I don't know. It's either not the right guy. He might have changed, though. It's been, what, 16, 17 years? So maybe he's a different guy now. Maybe he ran from Ecuador to be better.
You're right. It was a mistake to bring you here.
No, it wasn't. Okay, I mean, some of it was.
Lying about it, yes.
Technically, you kidnapped and transported a minor across the border.
That's true, and he's on probation.
But I'm gonna stay.
Baby
I'm trying
steps.
to make things right, and I want to help you.
That's the LaRusso influence. Cute. Baby steps. On the right track.
Right now, we're strangers.
Maybe still will be after tonight. We'll see.
But for us,
We all know it's short-lived, though.
The
He's
real
definitely
work
going to go
is
back
about
to
to
fighting Cobra Kai soon.
Cobra Kai now has more students than ever before.
Okay. Cutting edge karate.
That means we'll need more.
Oh, he's hiring.
I'm going to pay more than what's expected.
Say less. I'm here. Whatever you want.
It's time to see if you're worthy.
Oh, look at you being a little spy.
Welcome to Cobra Kai.
Oh, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. But I'm also a little worried because, you know, my guy's a little bit, Terry Silver is far more crafty than he looks. But I mean, Daniel did warn Chozen of that. Okay, guys, that was episode 1 of season 5, and interesting things. We focused a lot on Johnny and Robbie, and I think it's nice for once to see them together and somewhat on the same page. As I said at the beginning of the episode, it was not the smartest thing for Johnny not to tell Robbie the reason for the road trip. He probably would have inevitably said no, but like I said, it would have been his choice at the very least. But in the end, it worked out because Johnny was quick to admit that, you know what, I shouldn't have done this, especially considering that it was for Miguel. But I also like that Johnny is being honest about the fact that both Miguel and Robbie mean something to him. Like, obviously Robbie is his son, but Miguel has become very important to Johnny, and that's not going to change anytime soon. So that is something that Robbie is going to have to learn to accept in some way or another, especially if he wants to be in Johnny's life. And truthfully, the two of them having this rivalry should never have happened, right? It really was a situation of poor timing and a girl in the middle. You know, what typically happens with a lot of guys ending up at this place. There's a girl in the middle that both of them cared about, but, you know, things got sideways. So there is definitely some room for the two of them to make amends. Both of them have actually done things against each other. It's not just Miguel, but again, people kind of feel like it's more Robbie's fault because of the level of injury Miguel suffered. I understand why people feel that way, but my mindset has always been that things don't just happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like Robbie was just walking in the hallway, saw Miguel standing by the banister and pushed him over. Like, there was a whole set of circumstances that led to that moment, and Robbie made a very bad choice that had very bad consequences. But as I said, it was not all his fault. But it's true that he does have his, what's the word? He has amends to make where Miguel's concerned. And even if the two of them can't be friends, I do think he, at the very least, he could like offer a sincere apology because he hasn't done that, right? I mean, it's been long enough now that he should be apologizing to Miguel. Overall, without getting into the tit for tat of why we're here, I feel like the both of them just need to have a real talk for once. They haven't really ever talked. It's always been assumptions. Miguel actually started out by having a negative assumption of Robbie and his relationship with the LaRussos and with Sam, and that kind of precipitated a lot of prejudgments, and then of course everything that went down. So the point is, there is another there's reasons for Robbie to be there as far as Miguel's concerned, and like I said, I think the fact that Johnny was honest afterwards and was like, you know what, you're right, I shouldn't have lied to you, I should have told you the real reason I was going on this road trip and not, wrapped it as a complete thing that was about you and me, which I mean, I still think that Johnny needs to do things with Robbie alone. Like there's a lot there that needs to be unpacked and dealt with between the two of them. But, he could have at least explained to Robbie that this wasn't one of those times and that there was an urgency factor in this, and that's why he had to go and deal with this Miguel situation and not just put it on the back burner right now. So anyway, I'm glad that he at least explained that, or understood that Robbie had a right to be upset and that he should have handled it differently. I think that's the only reason Robbie didn't get on the bus and go back home. But as I said, I'm personally not for the whole Robbie Tori thing, so I'm not mad at him being away from her. Maybe a little time away will give him some clarity, and maybe he'll meet a nice Latina that's sane to begin with. But anyways, I'm not a fan of Tori. Y'all know this. Like, even if she turns a new leaf this season, which I'm sure they're going to have her do something, can we just have Robbie and Miguel stop sharing girls is all I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of women in the valley. I'm sure he can find somebody else, but I digress. Miguel, we see that, yes, he learned the hard way that he knows very little about how the world works. I mean, yes, he might have lived in Latin America. I mean, it sounds like he lived in Ecuador and then possibly lived in Mexico for a while, but he was very young and he doesn't remember very much about it. And coming in looking as fresh-faced as a tourist as you can be coming in, I was like, dude, do you not read about any of these things? Like, you don't go to a country that you're not familiar with and just be flexing all the facts that you're, you got your big iPhone out, you got your bag on your back. Like, and again, I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not saying that all places are like this. I'm just saying that you should always be careful when you're in a new place about flaunting the fact that you might have money or expensive things, because if you look like you have no idea where you are, or you look like you're new, you will become a target. And that's exactly what happened to him, unfortunately. And we saw that. I mean, at least the guy was nice enough not to rob him blind. And I really did think they were going to take his phone. I'm glad they didn't do that. But he got a hard lesson immediately that he needs to be a little bit more careful. But we see that he's just kind of going into this very open-minded, like he found one Hector Salazar and found out that guy was not the right one. So I'm like, dude, that should already tell you that apparently there's a lot of Hector Salazars in Mexico City and possibly in Mexico overall. Hell, I would say even in Latin America. I feel like those are two very common names. So he needs to be a little bit more decisive about, not precisive, he needs to be more particular. Maybe find some criteria, try to find a little bit more first before jumping in and assuming that these people could be his father. Because, in the first situation, he was very fortunate that they just let him go. I mean, they really going to decide to just wail on him for fun. But in this situation, I think I know he just really wants to meet this man so badly that he's willing to believe anything. If it is the right Hector, then there's two potential scenarios. One is that, like I said, he did turn over a new leaf and he's not the same man that he was when Carmen left him years ago. Or that he's living a double life. And like what we saw with the family and the kid is just one way that he shows the world or shows this woman the way he is. But then he's got a whole other less than savory underbelly that she knows nothing about. Or maybe she does, because hey, some women are not bothered by having a crime lord as a husband. But yeah, it could be a double life situation, which would actually make more sense to me, because I could almost see maybe that's what happened, where Carmen thought that she was married to a nice guy and then found out the hard way that he wasn't that person. So we'll see which one is true as the series goes on, but we spent a lot of time on this guy, so I have to think that maybe he might be the right one or the key to the right one. We'll have to see. Other than that, we touched on Daniel very briefly, and so far he's going along with the closing of Miyagi-Do, like the official dojo, and I understand his reasoning and I agree with it in the sense of he doesn't want to make it seem like he's antagonizing Terry at this point, because he knows that Terry's insane and he's thinking that this is the best way to protect the kids from being bullied by the Cobra Kai kids. We'll see if that actually happens, because if there's anything you learned about Cobra Kai is that they don't care about things like honor or respecting things. Like, they're taught to be bullies. So I have no doubt that when school starts, that I wouldn't be surprised if the Cobra Kai kids start coming for some of the Miyagi-Do kids again. After all, there is beef between those dojos that still exists that happened even before Silver. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. But interesting tactic with sending Chozen in as a spy under Cobra Kai. I'm very interested to see how long it takes for, I don't know, I have a feeling that I just have the sneaking suspicion that Silver's going to figure out that Chozen's not 100, but we'll see. And like I said, I'm still wondering how they're going to bring in Barnes in this situation, because I thought that's who he's going to go for initially. But yeah, great opener to the season. Looking forward to the rest, and I'm so happy that all the episodes dropped at once, but I'm going to have to take them one at a time so I can share the journey with y'all. But I feel like it's going to be another fun season, and I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next episode.